Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Football Fignuts podcast. This is Season 4, Episode 43, and if you counted all of them, that is 193 episodes. I'm Craig.
And I am Britt.
And Britt, we're back, and we're back
Yes.
with news.
Big news. You know what? I'm going to let you break this one.
Oh, wow.
I made the announcement last night. I'm on my live stream on Twitch. I'm going to let you make the announcement right now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
This is even before we announce our beers.
Yes, that is how big this news is. So, people that follow fantasy football, I mean, they may or may not know. Last year, we were in the Scott Fish Bowl. That's a pretty big fantasy league. It's a charity league, and it's very hard to get into.
Yes.
There's people in this league that are, sports writers and such, and
Yeah.
we found out we are officially back in it again this year.
We were not expecting this. You always hope you get noticed enough to get pulled into this, and we saw the invites going out, and we saw everybody talking about it, and hey, I got my invite, and blah, 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 and we weren't getting an invite, and we were like, all right, maybe we just didn't do enough this year, or maybe there's just a lot of people who are trying to get in, and then yesterday, out of nowhere, the invite comes, and all of a sudden, first it's elation. Craig and I are absolutely ecstatic. We love being a part of this. It supports Fantasy Cares. There's a podathon that goes along with it that helps donate. And again, this is all about donating money to good charities and helping with like buying toys for kids around Christmas time and all that fun stuff. About the industry giving back. It's an opportunity for the industry to give back. So we'll be making our donation to Fantasy Cares. We'll also be making probably a secondary donation on top of that. But elation quickly gave way to panic because the draft for this is also extremely early, and it happens on July 5th this year. It starts on July 5th.
That means we have a week and a half?
It is a week from Monday. Yeah. It is a week from Monday, so we have a little more than 10 days, 11 days to prep for this. Well, but you guys are supposedly professional experts. You can prepare for any draft. You don't understand about the fishbowl. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. First, so that's the big news. Very excited to be a part of this again. Because I'm the idiot who registered it and I put everything under my name, I'll be heading up the team again.
That's okay.
And you know what the worst part is? Listen, I'm going to send you guys a link. I want all of our contributors to register as themselves because you can put in your name and then say, oh, I represent this podcast. And then if one of us gets in, they can run the team. But apparently people have tried to sell these invites in the past.
Oh, wow.
People want to play in this. So there's a very strict rule that if you're the name on the thing, you're expected to be the guy that does it. I don't want to piss off Scott Fish. Scott Fish is a real person, by the way.
That's true. His
name
is not a random name.
Yeah, it's not like somebody created an online persona like the fucking gorillas in order to pull off this. Scott Fish is an actual dude. So I don't want to piss him off. So I'm going to run the team this year, but I would really love to see one of our other guys run it next year. But before we get more into the Scott Fish Bowl, because we're going to really focus on that tonight, Craig, what are you drinking?
So tonight, to celebrate our news, I found a beer that used to be seasonal, but now they're making it year-round.
Okay. This sounds like a name it challenge. Okay, before you give me any more information.
Yep.
I'm going to take a guess. When I'm wrong, you can give me another piece of information until I get it right.
All right.
Seasonal that is now year-round.
Mm-hmm.
Sun Juice by Stony Creek.
No.
Okay, go on.
The beer is not from this state, but it is in New England.
All right, this is you, and you have connections, which means it's either something from Captain Lawrence or something from Treehouse. I know you like certain things from both. I'm going to go Captain's Daughter by Captain Lawrence.
You are half correct. It is Captain's Daughter, but that was from Gray Sail Brewing.
Oh, I thought it was
Rhode
Captain
Island.
Lawrence. But is you drinking Captain's Daughter?
I am.
I know you like that beer a great deal, and I know that's one of their more popular ones. was it 2019 we were in Mystic? I know we went to Mystic at one point in the summer of the pandemic because we had to walk around with masks everywhere except when we sat down. But I remember you and I were at the Jealous Monk and Mystic on one time, and we both sat down. We were looking at the beer menu, and both our eyes at the same time landed on Captain's Daughter. And it was like something out of Hollywood. We both made the same surprised, excited expression.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. And it was like, ooh, okay. So that makes sense.
Yep.
And I know you like this one, so it's not even like I have to ask you for a review. But if you were describing it for someone who has no idea what we're talking about, how would you describe Captain's Daughter?
So it is an Imperial IPA, so it's 8.5%. So you got to be a little careful when you're drinking this.
No, you don't.
Well, you should consider being. Well, think about it anyway.
You're home. You're fine. That day we were in Mystic.
That day in Mystic, everybody was happy.
This is why when we go to Mystic, Mystic is, for people who have no idea, Mystic, Connecticut, where Mystic Pizza was filmed and based off of and all that fun stuff, is an hour from where we live. I get a hotel room every time I go because I know I'm going to end up at the Jealous Monk. And I know if I end up at the Jealous Monk, I ain't driving anywhere after that. Now, my wife has been wise enough to find a very reasonably priced hotel like a block away from the Jealous Monk.
Mm-hmm.
So I go there, I park my car at the hotel, I give my keys to the lady at the front desk, and I just go to the Jealous Monk.
There you go. That's very smart.
An idea of how big the Jealous Monk is in that sense. So
yeah, and they really quick with the Jealous Monk, they show you their taps like online. It shows you how filled their tap is, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think they have a keg weight system where the kegs are actually on weights, and when they start to lose some of their weight, they start
it changes
to sink
color
down
on the menu. Yep,
to yellow to red. Yeah, it is a fantastic little place. If you're ever in Mystic, Connecticut, definitely check out the Jealous Monk. And we haven't even mentioned the cornbread.
No, delicious cornbread. If you like cornbread, delicious.
They make their own cornbread from scratch,
with butter.
Then cut it into chunks, griddle it, and then serve it with this honey butter. And let's put it this way: every time I've ever gone into the Jealous Monk after the first time I had it, the lady says, "Hi, I know you guys are looking at the menu. Can I get you a drink?" "Yes, you can get me this beer and an order of the cornbread."
And then maybe something else later, but that first.
And sometimes she comes back for the regular order, and it's another order of cornbread. That's
is good.
That's happened. There have been 3 cornbread trips to this bar. It's amazing. Now I want to go to the fucking Jealous Monk.
Well,
all right.
It's open.
You driving?
Sure.
Come pick me up. Come after the week I've had.
But with this beer, really quick, it has a slight bitter aftertaste, but you don't get that up front. It's kind of like a lemon zest or even maybe a grapefruit, possibly. Some people said it tastes like juicy fruit to them, but I do not get that at all.
Interesting.
But for a double IPA, it doesn't have that like smack you in the face kind of hoppy bitterness people expect.
And before I get into what I'm drinking, Craig and I were at Two Roads last week.
Yes.
Yeah, last Friday.
Yeah.
They released a new Mega Juicy, which is a variation of their Too Juicy.
Mm-hmm.
That shit will make you see the future.
It's 10.5%. They give it to you in a smaller glass.
Yeah, the pours are like 12 ounces, and it comes with a Surgeon General's warning. So, I was talking with the guys at the bar, and I'm like, "Oh, it's an Imperial Too Juicy," and the guy went, "We're discussing that," and I'm like, "What do you mean it's not Imperial?" He goes, "Well, by technical industry standards, Too Juicy is already Imperial because it's like 8.5%. So to make something that's even higher, it's not really Imperial, it's more of a triple."
Oh.
And I'm like, I had like half a glass of it, and I gave the rest of it to Craig. I was like, I can't. I can't. It was so boozy. I can't. I am drinking a Road to Ruin.
Nice.
By Two Roads tonight.
Sometimes you got to go back to where it started,
You got to go back to the well once in a while.
You do.
And it just feels like a Road to Ruin kind of night. So, but I've wasted 10 minutes. We're not going to do burning hot takes tonight.
Dun dun.
Did you even have a burning hot take you wanted to bring out?
Not really. Nothing's really
Fantastic.
pressing right now. So
Fantastic. So then here's what I want to do instead of burning hot takes.
sure.
I want to ask you straight up, quick question. Tonight, I want us to prepare for the season by expecting the unexpected.
Ooh,
Off the top of your head.
yeah.
And full disclosure, I actually texted him earlier today and said, get ready. I'm going to ask you one of these kind of questions. Give me one thing that no one expects to happen in the upcoming fantasy football season that you expect to happen. It can be a hot take. It can be a not hot take. But based on popular belief, we read Twitter every day. We read countless experts. Give me something that is not expected to happen.
All right, and I know I'm going off the trail on this, but are you ready? You're
Yeah,
sitting?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Tim Tebow will throw for a touchdown and catch a touchdown in the same game.
That's not even a hot take. That is a red hot, spicy ghost pepper Homer sees the space coyote level take.
Not the season. I'm saying it's going to happen in the same game.
That's what puts it over the top. That's what makes it Space Coyote.
That was a good episode.
That was a great episode of The Simpsons. You have no idea what we're talking about? Homer eats a hot pepper that is grown only by inmates at an asylum in like Brazil.
Or Guatemala or something like
Yeah,
yep.
It's some sort of country. They handle it with like blacksmithing equipment. No one will touch it. He eats this thing and it makes him hallucinate. And Johnny Cash guest stars as the Space Coyote, who tells him he needs to find his soulmate.
And he kicks a turtle because he's walking too slow.
Yeah, he hallucinates. It's brutal. That's nuts. Say that one more time. He's going to throw for
Tim Tebow
and catch.
Will throw for a touchdown and have a receiving touchdown in the same game.
That is nuts.
Cinch just crashed his truck.
God, I hope he's not driving while he listens to this. If he survives the crash, you are getting we're just going to get a text on the thread that just says, "Are you fucking nuts?"
Probably.
I'm looking for his. He had a really, really good one. So we asked everyone, we asked our podcasters contributors, and he said his was, I can't find the exact wording. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Quote, I have a crazy hot take. Jimmy Garoppolo will win the MVP. Here's my reasoning. The award usually goes to the quarterback on the best team, and San Francisco has the easiest schedule. His career as a starting quarterback may be coming to an end whenever because Trey Lance is ready to play. It's now or never for Jimmy. A long shot, but think about it this way. If you put $100 on it at a casino, you could win big money, end quote.
Huh. He could do it. I mean, yeah. Maybe.
I could do it too. I mean. But you know what? Again, unexpected. Is anyone counting on Jimmy G to win the MVP this year?
Probably not many people. I'm sure some people are, but not many.
I'll be honest. I have yet to hear a single person say they are or say that he has a legitimate contender, except for Cinch. And Cinch isn't saying he's going to win it. Cinch, when asked, give me something unexpected that might happen, that was his response. So there you go. My unexpected that you should expect is Christian McCaffrey plays all 16 games this year.
Oh,
wait, it's a 17-game season,
17.
Right? All right,
17.
Christian McCaffrey plays at least 16 games this year. At least 16. You know what? Because that leaves me the door open. If he misses like 2 games in the middle of the season, but they make the playoffs, that leaves the door open.
Okay, that's
Christian
fair.
McCaffrey plays at least 16 games this season. There's my expect the unexpected take.
I like it.
So I'll put this on Twitter tomorrow.
I think yours has the highest percentage chance of happening.
Screw tomorrow. I'm going to do it right now while we're live.
All right.
Twitter.
Doing it live.
Choice. All right, so what was yours?
Tim Tebow will have a passing and receiving touchdown same game if it fits in Twitter.
In the same game. Oh, it's only 25. Tebow.
Abbreviate receiving and throwing, passing.
Passing TD and catch. TD. This is a passing and catch. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. I'll explain it in the tweet. Okay, Garoppolo wins MVP,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to add one more. What the hell was mine again? Oh, that's right. CMC
CMC.
plays at least 16 games. All right, so ask a question. Which hot take is most likely? Tebow throws and catches a TD in same game? Garoppolo for MVP? Or CMC plays in at least 16 games?
There it is.
Poll length, I'll give it like 4 days because
Yeah, let it go through the weekend. Yeah, there you go.
done. It's up. I will update us before the end of the podcast as
Done.
to its progress.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, that's up. All right, so that's what I wanted to do tonight in place of burning hot takes. So in place of our normal chunk of stuff, I want to talk about the Scott Fish Bowl.
Sure.
Because here's the thing. Panic is setting in. I got to do this next week.
Yep.
I'm not ready. But I found on our friends at yardsperfantasy.com a fantastic article by Matt Flowers called Swimming in the Scott Fish Bowl. So here's what I want to do. I want to spend a few minutes giving you kind of a brief update on what SFB 11 is going to look like. Then I want to run a mock draft.
Okay.
And try to figure out what the hell we're going to do. Because here's the other thing about it. I didn't really pound on this very much. We were the last person to be placed in our division. We're in the police division because it was all rock stars.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know me, you know I absolutely adore everything Sting has ever done. That's a lie.
True. Maybe this was a sign.
That's a lie. I love Sting and I love the police, but to say I adore everything he's ever done is a lie.
You are a police/Sting fan, though.
You know, there is not. So a quick side story. We're at a picnic on Sunday, and my family member, because it was Father's Day, and one of my family members put on a police inspired playlist, and I was that guy saying, "You know what the song is about? Hey, you want to know a fun fact about this song? You know?" And finally, my wife, I was like, "Do you hear this song?" And my wife was like, "That's the 7th time you've said that to me, and I don't care." And I'm like, "I'm sorry. I'm driving you nuts. I get it. I know all this stupid shit. I know what Don't Stand So Close to Me is about. I know the specific incident it refers to. I know what inspired King of Pain. I know this stupid shit." So anyway, so we're in the police division. Let's talk about what makes this league unique. Every year it tweaks a little bit, and he tries to make it a unique format. First off, we're picking first because we were the last ones in, and we had no choice. Oh, that's a terrible place to be. Nobody wants to pick the best player in the draft. You don't understand. It's a 3rd-round reversal league, which means the guy who picks first, it's 12 players, so he picks first and 24th. In a normal snake, he also then picks 25th. The 12th team picks first in the 3rd round, which means we pick 36th. We pick at the end of the 2nd and 3rd round. Our double doesn't happen until the 3rd, 4th turn. That's important. No one wants to be in the one hole. Oh, but the best player in football usually gets hurt. Christian McCaffrey.
Saquon
Maybe
Barkley.
Saquon Barkley was our pick in number 4 last year.
At the time, it was a good move.
I felt like a fucking genius. I felt like a fucking genius. It was like an actual NFL draft room where they get the guy they want. They all stand up and start shaking each other's hands, even though they got it's only the 1st round. They got the one guy they wanted. That's what I was doing. I was high-fiving people. I was like, this is the best thing ever. And then Saquon Barkley died 2 weeks later, and so did my hopes. And we still almost made the playoffs. We only missed the playoffs by a tiebreaker last year. So anyway, I'm going down the rabbit hole. All right, so 3rd round reversal. Secondly, kickers are now flex eligible. Well, who the fuck would play a kicker in flex? Here's what you need to understand. Field goals are based on yardage. Take the yardage move the decimal point one spot to the left, that's the points. 51 yards is 5.1 points. 18 yards is 1.8 points. 97 yards is 9.7 points. If you've got a guy who kicks a lot of 40-plus yarders, there's value there. And I looked it up. Young Ho Koo from Atlanta outpointed Jamison Crowder in this lineup last year.
Oh, really?
By like 6.
That's kind of crazy.
Better player for a flex than Jamison Crowder. Not that Jamison Crowder is the best thing, but your flex is usually like your 5th or 6th best guy.
Yeah.
And it's a super flex. So one of your flexes is going to QB, but one of the other flexes, if it's between, I don't know, Byron Pringle and a backup kicker, you might go with the kicker.
True.
And last year that wasn't the case. Last year we just cycled kickers. Every week I picked up whoever wasn't on bye. Not going to work this year. Quarterbacks lose a point every time they are sacked or they throw an incompletion. But they get half a point for every completion. So every time, so we can't draft Patrick Mahomes. Not because he gets sacked, but because he scrambles like 80% of his plays.
And he's on the Madden cover.
And he's on the Madden cover. And my heart can't take it. I cannot sit there with our quarterback running for his life every other play. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, it gets but wait, it gets worse. It's a half-point PPR league unless you're a tight end. Tight ends get full-point PPR. So all of a sudden, tight ends get a premium. And there's exactly one tight end.
There's 1, 2 more, and then everyone else.
And then George Kittle standing on the side of the road with a cardboard sign that says, "I swear I won't get hurt."
Really, really quick, in your opinion, does this make, because of Kittle's issues and the 49ers in general, is Waller the number 2 tight end?
In this format, no question. No question in this format. Because again, even when Waller doesn't produce big numbers, he gets a lot of targets.
True.
He gets a lot of targets. Oh my God, we're getting responses already. Oh my God, we're getting responses already. We've only got 2 people who voted on it, but so far, the most likely is that no one believes Garoppolo will win MVP. Oh my God, that's too funny. All right. Hold on. Where is it? So, yeah, right now I'm looking at ADPs based solely off of the Scott Fish Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey is the 1. Darren Waller is the 2.
Who's 3?
Darren Waller. The 3 is George Kittle, but he is George Kittle. All right, so I'm not going to put numbers on it because we're going to do a George Kittle is so far down that he's between Trevor Lawrence and Matt Ryan.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts, who gets sacked just getting out of bed in the morning, is only 2 spots below George Kittle.
Wow.
And then the next tight end, oh my God, I don't even know if the page goes as far, is TJ Hawkinson at like 50. He's just above Zach Wilson.
That's kind of crazy. So really,
this is nuts.
Really, that means you might be taking a tight end with your first pick.
So that's going to lead us to the question. We've narrowed it to 3 guys. We have to pick somebody at 1, right?
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Do we go with this? It's a super flex. So quarterbacks have a lot of value. Do we go with the heads and shoulder quarterback in Mahomes? Do we say the tight end premium is going to be the important thing and go with Kelsey? Or do we take the guy who's going to catch the most passes, provided he stays healthy? That's me knocking on wood. And get decent running yards and is probably going to be the primary focus of the offense in Christian McCaffrey.
Ah, man, that's rough.
Where do we go with this? And that's the end of the abnormal.
But
things.
Here's the thing too. We have the first pick, right?
Uh-huh.
We don't get a double pick.
We pick it first, we pick it 24th, and then we pick at 36.
So I mean, our first pick is
He's got to hit. He has to hit. So there's the question.
Wow. I think because it's full PPR, I think you definitely have to consider tight end.
You know what I think we need to do? We need to run a mock draft.
All
All
right.
right. Do you have the mock draft screen I sent you up?
Yes, I can
All right.
mostly see it. Yes.
Okay. Let's just do this. We'll do like the first 3 rounds. We'll reset. We're going to try different rounds. All right. We're going to start a draft. We're in the 1 slot. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Let's play the Patrick Mahomes because he right now is the top guy in the ADP mocks. Now, we all know mocks aren't the end-all, be-all, but right now he's going top in the mocks. Let's take Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Rest of the round, Kyler Murray, Travis Kelce at 3, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey goes 7, Prescott, Cook, Henry, Kamara, Rodgers at the turn into Taylor, Barkley, Russ, Brady, Tannehill, Stafford, Waller, Adams. Oh, the game does this. This particular thing does this sometimes. It gets stuck. Hold on 1 second. It's thinking. Joe Burrow, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, and now we're back up. Every team except 2 of the 10 has a quarterback. 2 teams drafted back-to-back quarterbacks. The
because
team
of the
4
super
drafted
flex.
Josh Allen and Burrow because it's a super flex. And Team 8 drafted Dak Prescott and Ryan Tannehill for reasons I can't possibly understand.
Because Tannehill has another receiver that he's not going to throw to.
Team 8 is already playing for next year, in my opinion. So here we come with our 2nd round pick. Zeke is still on the board. Nick Chubb is still on the board. And then the quarterbacks went hard and fast. Trevor Lawrence is the best available quarterback, or George Kittle.
Oh, jeez.
And keep in mind, this is a mock.
Yeah.
My gut tells me Chubb.
That's where I would go. I don't.
Now let's do it. This is a mock. Let's just do it.
Yeah, I just don't see where Trevor's going to be this year. It's not going to be good.
So we take Nick Chubb, but then it goes back to the 12th pick because it's 3rd round reversal, and it's Kittle, Zeke, Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley, Matt Ryan, Jalen Hurts, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, who I think is a steal, Baker Mayfield, and Kirk Cousins. So now we're back up at the end of round 3. According to the ADP, by the way, this has all been done by the Football Workshop. Footballworkshop.com is who's hosting these mocks. Please check them out. They've got great stuff. This is what the best available is right now. It's Tua.
No.
Carson Wentz in Indy. Don't forget, he's in Indy now. A.J. Brown, Austin Eckler, or Derek Carr.
Honestly, I would definitely consider going one more down to Jefferson.
I don't think, but Kirk Cousins is bad.
I don't know how Tua threw 5 interceptions in practice. I mean,
yeah, Tua is out for me.
Carson Wentz, he's behind a good line now, but he's broken.
Frank Reich, he's not running for his life. He's got Frank Reich there. Honestly, I'm torn between Wentz and Eckler. I think one of those 2 is the pick. A.J. Brown is going to be impacted. Listen, Tennessee isn't throwing the ball more. They're just going to throw the ball more to Julio. I'm not buying the Tennessee hype.
No.
So Brown and Carr off the table. Tua is off the table. So it's Wentz or Eckler. Make the pick. Throwing it on you, Craig. Throwing it on you.
See, I'm still looking at Jefferson, but between those 2, I would go Wentz.
Wentz is the pick then. I'm not going to consider Jefferson at this point. Listen, Jefferson, I think. Oh, wait, we have a double.
We do.
Now I'll take Jefferson if you want.
There you go. Done.
Julio's still on the board, too. Okay, so we take Wentz and Jefferson, A.J. Brown, then Tua, then Julio. Julio at 4-4. Derek Carr, Austin Eckler, Cam Akers, DeAndre Swift, Najee Harris, Joe Mixon. How did you not talk about Joe Mixon? Sam Darnold, Jameis Winston, DK Metcalf, Deshaun Watson, Antonio Gibson, TJ Hawkinson. That is pick 504. Computer is choking. Give it a second. This is what happens. I did a couple of these today, and this is what happens. All of a sudden, it's just like, oh, crap, this is terrible. And it's the guy who drafted Dak and Tannehill.
Of course.
It's stuck there. All right, we're going to give this a second. But you see, we're already falling off the cliff. Okay, he took J.K. Dobbins, which is a nice pick, actually. Mike Evans, Clyde Hilaire, Josh Jacobs, Keenan Allen, Kyle Pitts, and Allen Robinson. We're back on the clock. To recap, we've got Mahomes, Chubb, Carson, and Jefferson. So we've got 2 quarterbacks, a running back, and a wide receiver. Our best available are Ben Roethlisberger, Zach Wilson, Daniel Jones, Michael Thomas, and Terry McLaurin.
Oh, jeez.
The next name down is David Montgomery. We still don't have a tight end. In a league where tight ends have a premium, the best available is Mark Andrews, who I'm pretty sure, just by me saying his name, got hurt.
Who is, where's Pitts?
He just went.
Did he?
Yeah.
There he is. I see him.
So this is the trap we are working with. We can go, okay, well, that's a super flex. You got to draft quarterbacks. Great. You're going to end up with fucking Terry McLaurin and Mark Andrews.
No, where's no
and
Fant?
By the way, the only guy you've got behind the ball is Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt still over there. Nick Chubb, every time he lines up in the backfield, he better be hearing the theme from Jaws. Because it's legit.
Who's the next?
Still there.
Who's the next running back down? That's Sanders.
After Montgomery, it's Miles Sanders. That's not getting better.
Jeez, who's the next tight end?
Oh, it's way down to Dallas Goedert.
Really, Dallas Goedert? Yep. Wow.
So I think I'm thinking you got to take Michael Thomas or David Montgomery here. It's Thomas, McLaurin, or Montgomery. You can't. Touch
but without Breeze, how do you feel about Thomas?
I don't feel good about him, which is why we're talking about him in the 5th round. At the end of the 5th round.
This is true.
I think David Montgomery, right?
Yeah, I would say Montgomery.
All right, we have a double here. So it's Montgomery and then who? Do we go Mark Andrews?
If he stays healthy, maybe. I hope.
Okay, so we'll do that. And we're going to pause it right there. So after 5 picks, we've got, because we took Mahomes 1, we got Mahomes and Wentz at quarterback. We got Chubb and Montgomery at running back. We've got Justin Jefferson as our wide receiver 1. And we've got Mark Andrews. This ain't winning the league. Right? Can we agree on that? This is bad.
Probably not. Oh, really quick. So far, we have 5 votes. CMC has 60%. Tebow passing has 40%.
Can we just let's talk about that for a minute?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm snipping this because I'm going to put all of this on Twitter later.
Good.
Can we just I want to talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
40% of the people reading that Twitter poll think it's more likely that Tim Tebow in a single game will throw and catch a touchdown than Jimmy Garoppolo wins the MVP.
Out of those 5 votes, yes. As of right now.
40%. And granted, it's been up for 5 minutes.
True.
Granted. But just stop and think about that. People looked at this list and said, that is so batshit crazy that I think Tim Tebow will throw and catch for a touchdown more so than that.
Yep.
Since you are batshit crazy. All right,
so far.
Resetting the board.
Okay.
Resetting the board. Back to slot 1, starting the draft. So we did the Mahomes start. Who do you want to do now? You want to do the McCaffrey start or the Kelsey start?
Let's go McCaffrey and see what happens.
All right, so fresh draft, starting the board over again. We take McCaffrey at 1. Mahomes goes 2, then Josh Allen, Cook, Kelsey, Kyler, Lamar, Henry, Dak, Russ, Saquon, Justin Herbert. Start around 2, it's Kamara into Hill, Taylor, Aaron Rodgers, Zeke, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs. Tom Brady goes at pick 2.8. Stafford, Burrow, Jones, and we're back on the clock. According to the ADP, the best available are Darren Waller, Nick Chubb, Ryan Tannehill, Trevor Lawrence, and George Kittle.
I think we go Waller.
I think you got to go tight end there.
Yeah.
Right?
We
just learned that lesson. All right, so we're going to take Darren Waller at the 2. Start of the 3rd round reversal. Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler, Ryan Tannehill, George Kittle, Cam Akers, Joe Mixon, Trevor Lawrence, Clyde, Matt Ryan, DeAndre Hopkins, and Jalen Hurts. Best available, the top 5 are all quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, Trey Lance. Why is Trey Lance?
How is
Jimmy
really?
Garoppolo? Because you know what? Because no one except Cinch has any sort of faith that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to rebound. Okay, Mayfield, Trey Lance, Kirk Cousins, Tua, and Carson Wentz. A.J. Brown is next, followed by Derek Carr, followed by Calvin Ridley, followed by Justin Jefferson, and followed by Julio.
Wow.
I feel we got to take a quarterback here, right? Because we went running back and tight end.
Right.
Do we double pick quarterback to get 2 mid-range guys here, or do we go quarterback wideout?
So are you looking at Mayfield and Cousins, or are you looking at Wentz?
I am definitely not looking at Tua. I'm definitely not looking at Trey Lance. So I'm looking at Mayfield, Cousins, and Wentz as potential things. But again, all right, so here's the other option. We could take one of those names and go A.J. Brown, or one of those names and go Calvin Ridley or Justin Jefferson or Julio Jones. Do we go crazy crap-ass homer and take Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson and get the pair? I think that's crazy.
That's crazy. You know what? Do that and let's see what happens.
This is a mock after all. All right, Kirk Cousins. Oh my God, why? Justin Jefferson. Okay.
Let's just see where it leaves us.
All right, next is Calvin Ridley, A.J. Brown, DeAndre Swift, Baker Mayfield, then Julio goes at 4-6. Mike Evans, Carson Wentz, Najee Harris, Antonio Gibson, Trey Lance, Tua Tagovailoa, DK Metcalf, Derek Carr. We made the turn into 5 at DK. DK, Derek Carr, Allen Robinson, Terry McLaurin, Jameis Winston at 5-5. Sam Darnold at 5-6. Kyle Pitts at 5-7. And the game has begun to choke.
Excellent.
The website. It's a website that's supported by people who listen to it. So I'm pausing it and I'm hoping it's thinking. It's not sure what to do here.
I see it thinking.
Yeah, it's a little dots thing to let you know it's thinking. I have it paused. Let me see if oh, there it goes. Keenan Allen at pick 5-8. TJ Hawkinson, Michael Thomas, Bobby Trees. And it's back to us. The best names on the board are all quarterbacks again. It's Roethlisberger, Watson, Wilson, and Daniel Jones. Behind that is J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs, and David Montgomery. My gut tells me you take a quarterback and a running back here.
Yeah, I think you would take Dobbins, and
we're big J.K. Dobbins guys. Craig was last year, to be honest. Craig was all over J.K. Dobbins last year. If anything, he was disappointed. He thought J.K. Dobbins would have done even more.
That's true.
I think you take Big Ben because the offensive line isn't bad. He's got weapons. Well,
yeah, and Deshaun's not playing. Zach Wilson,
not gonna play?
Probably not.
Jones is out. I would not take Jones over Watson or Roethlisberger as much as I've talked up Daniel Jones. Not over Roethlisberger or Watson.
Yeah, I would take Ben there then.
All right, so we take Ben, and we pause there because that's the start of 6. So in this one, we took McCaffrey first. We ended up with McCaffrey, Waller, Cousins, Jefferson, Dobbins, and Ben. I like this one better than the last one.
Yes. So
Agreed?
far, this is the preferred draft out of the two.
Okay, I'm gonna snip that. Save as, and that was the CMC start, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hit the reset. We got enough time to do one more.
Yep. So I think this one we start
Kelsey,
with Kittle, right? Or Kelsey rather. And
we're not starting. No, there's no universal.
Yeah, not Kittle.
Draft.
Kelsey.
All right, we'll draft Kelsey at 1. All right, I pushed the button. Come on.
It's thinking.
Kelsey, Mahomes, CMC, Allen, Murray. I almost said Merler. Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Darren Waller goes in the first round here. Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, Justin Herbert, Saquon Barkley, and Derrick Henry ends round 1. He decides to go double running back and take Dalvin Cook, Tyreek Hill, Russell Wilson, Jonathan Taylor, Matt Stafford, Joe Burrow, Ryan Tannehill, George Kittle goes at 2-8, Zeke goes at 2-9, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady. Okay, really quick. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 quarterbacks in the first 23 picks in this one. And 4 teams already have 2 quarterbacks. And we don't have any. The best available is Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Ryan, and Jalen Hurts. Keep in mind we don't have a double here.
Oh man.
I think everyone has feasted on quarterback. I think that gives us time. I think we take either Chubb or Adams here, and we're fine with it.
I would say Chubb because I don't know what Green Bay is doing.
So Chubb is the pick. Third round reversal means Team 12 goes next. Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence. Oh my God. Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan. I'm sorry, Aaron Jones. Matt Ryan, Devontae Adams, Jalen Hurts goes, TJ Hockenson goes, Kirk Cousins goes, Baker Mayfield, AJ Brown, and Austin Eckler. It gets back to us. We have a double here. And 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 16, 18 quarterbacks are gone.
So this is what I would say. I would say you either go, because we have a double, right?
Yeah, but let me tell you who's there.
Yeah.
Because you can see this, but our listeners can't.
This is true. I got excited.
According to the best available, yeah, I know. This is weird drafts are exciting, aren't they? You're like, ooh, wait, because you're looking for what other people are missing. And when you see all these quarterbacks going, even in a super flex, and you have a quarterback, you're like, value is lurking. Can I find it? It's there, but can I find it? Do I wait on Jameis Winston? No one's going to touch Jameis because everybody else has their quarterbacks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stephon Diggs, this is in order, according to the ADP. Stephon Diggs is the best available, followed by Tua, DeAndre Hopkins, Carson Wentz, and Derek Carr. Let's go 3 more just to be clear. It's Calvin Ridley, Justin Jefferson, and Julio Jones. I swear to God, if you tell me to take Justin Jefferson here, I'm ending this call.
This is what I was going to say. No, well, I'm
ending this call like Sam Cedar just walked into a debate. And if you don't know what that means, go look it up because that was hysterical. I'll explain in a minute. All right, tell me your thoughts.
We have a double, right?
Yeah, this is the double.
Okay. So I say you either go Diggs and Mixon or you go Wentz and either of the other two.
What about going Wentz and Diggs or Wentz and Hopkins? Why is DeAndre Hopkins sliding in these drafts? All the dude does is catch balls.
Or do you take double receivers? You take Diggs and Hopkins?
And wait even later on quarterback in a super flex?
But look how many people already took 2 quarterbacks. They're not going to draft anymore.
That's just crazy enough to work.
Let's do it.
We're going to take... It's a fucking mock. We'll take Diggs and DeAndre. Okay. So that's the start of round 4 is DeAndre. Cam Akers, Tua goes, Julio goes, Kyle Pitts, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Justin Jefferson, Carson Wentz. Crap, I was hoping he was going to hold on. Najee Harris, Derek Carr, Jameis Winston, DK Metcalf starts round 5. Joe Mixon at 5:02, Antonio Gibson at 5:03, and the computer is choking. We're going to give it a second. Did you see this whole thing where some conservative Canadian political guy on YouTube has been cherry picking people he wants to debate about American politics? I can't even remember the dude's Crowder. Steven Crowder,
I have
I
not
think
seen
it
that.
is. So he's this YouTube guy, and he's a screaming like gun rights kind of like very conservative dude. Oh, there we go. Okay, Keenan Allen. He keeps choking on Keenan Allen. It never wants to take Keenan Allen.
It's the beard.
All right, we'll finish this and I'll finish my story. Keenan Allen, resume draft. Clyde, then Michael Thomas, then J.K. Dobbins, then Josh Jacobs, then Mike Evans, then Allen Robinson, and then David Montgomery. The last 11 picks have all been non-quarterback, meaning right now, Ben Roethlisberger, Sam Darnold, Deshaun Watson, Zach Wilson, and Daniel Jones are all on the board.
So I would say Ben.
We got double.
And I'll say Ben. You can pick the next one.
I kind of feel like we just grabbed Darnold.
Yeah.
I mean, Terry McLaurin's the best available wide receiver. Mark Andrews would be the best available tight end. Miles Sanders is the next. I think Darnold is the pick here. I love that.
Yep. This is, out of the 3, this is the one I like the most.
I almost to the point where I want to reset it and do another Travis just to see how well that holds.
Hey, let's see. Who cares? We took time off. We took time off. We have time.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's do one more.
That's
one more
reason. Okay, hold on. I know you're enjoying this. I know.
I'm excited.
We're gonna do more of these off the air too. So really quickly, this Crowder guy finally agrees to a debate with some liberal guy and like brags on his show it's a total layup. So the liberal guy invites this comedian / political commentator named Sam Cedar to the debate, but doesn't tell the conservative guy Crowder.
Mm-hmm.
So Crowder logs on. He's like, I'm going to own this lib. This is going to be awesome. And the lib logs on, and they're starting up, and they're talking, and all of a sudden, in through the door walks the one guy he's been avoiding. Like, literally on this call, all of a sudden, this guy connects. And the liberal's like, oh, yeah, I thought Sam might be able to help us out, so I invited him. And the conservative dude flips out because he's scared to death of the Sam Cedar guy. I don't know any of these players, but he is scared to death to debate with the Sam Cedar guy. And so the Sam guy is like, why don't we just talk about the issues? Let's talk about the issues. Instead, he screams at him for 10 minutes and goes, goodbye, and rage leaves his own stream.
Okay.
And I lost it. This guy is taking such a beating on Twitter. He put up on the other day, like, I just bought an AR-15. Ask me why. The response is, because you're afraid of Sam Cedar? Did Sam Cedar threaten to come on your show again? It was hysterical. I just love guys who talk a big game and then can't back it up. And not only if you're going to talk a big game and you can't back it up, take the loss. You know what I mean? Stand there and take it like, okay, I screwed up. All right, you got me on this one. Be the good sport. This dude ran like holy hell. It drives me nuts. It just makes me laugh. Okay, resetting. Done with politics. I'm a beer in. That'll happen. All right. Starting the draft. Kelsey again, right? We want to see if this Kelsey thing holds up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kelsey at 1. Done. Mahomes at 2. Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, and Aaron Rodgers round 1. Coming back, it's Jonathan Taylor, Russell Wilson, Zeke, Saquon, Brady, Stafford, Adams, Darren Waller, Ryan Tannehill, Joe Burrow, and Nick Chubb.
Huh.
We now pick at the end of round 2, and Tyreek Hill is still on the board. This isn't even a discussion, right?
No, you take Tyreek Hill. But are you okay? Are you okay having Hill and Kelsey?
Yeah, my only problem is I don't have Mahomes.
Fair.
So the next names on the list, just before I push the button, are Trevor Lawrence, George Kittle, and Matt Ryan. So here we are again. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14 quarterbacks off the board in the first 21 picks. And 4 of the 12 teams already have both their quarterbacks in for their starting lineup. And Team 8 is obsessed with drafting double quarterback. They drafted Dak and Tom Brady. All right. Tyreek Hill, 3rd round reversal, back to the beginning. So Stephon Diggs, Trey Lance, Matt Ryan, Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Jones, then George Kittle at 3-6, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, DeAndre Hopkins, A.J. Brown, and Derek Carr. It's back to us for a double. Kirk is still on the board. Tua is still on the board. This is like going to be the 4th time we've snubbed Tua, and I'm fine with it. Carson Wentz, Austin Eckler, and Calvin Ridley all on the board. What do you like?
Let's go. We have a double, right?
This is the double.
Let's go Wentz Eckler.
That's exactly what's in my head. I like Wentz better than I like Cousin, and I like Eckler a great deal. All right, coming back. So we took Eckler to start round 4. Julio, Calvin Ridley, Cam Akers, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans, Antonio Gibson. Tua finally goes at pick 4-9. Roethlisberger, Mixon, Jameis, Swift, Metcalf, and Najee Harris. And the computer is choking, which means it's going to take Keenan Allen. Mark my words. Craig can see this, and you can't. Mark my words. We're at pick 5-4. I guarantee when I hit pause on this, it selects Keenan Allen. Guarantee it. There's the bug. We're waiting on it. We're just waiting on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me check on our. Oh, it took T.J. Hawkinson.
Whoa!
Told me to shut up. All right, told me to see. Take your loss like a man. All right, resuming draft. Keenan Allen goes the next pick, followed by Allen Robinson, J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kyle Pitts, and Michael Thomas. I was hoping that Dobbins, Jacobs, or Clyde would make it to us. They didn't. The best available is Sam Darnold, Deshaun Watson, Zach Wilson, Daniel Jones, Terry McLaurin, and David Montgomery. So here's what we've learned so far. In this format, we could have taken any of those names at the 4th pick, at our 4-1 pick, but then
Hmm.
we miss out on everybody else. So I could have taken Clyde, but Austin would have gone. You know what I mean? Either way, running backs are gone by the time it comes back to us for our double at the end of round 5. So I feel like what we need to do with our doubles, in general speaking, unless a quarterback falls into our lap, like a really strong guy, like, I mean, if Lamar or Patrick or Murray are sitting there at the end of round 2, which is unlikely, I think at our first turn, we're filling in blanks. We're trying to balance, but then it's definitely quarterback and another pass catcher slash pass runner, right? General strategy, that seems to be the case.
Yeah, that does. I'm not thrilled about this one compared to the last one. I think the third one so far is my favorite.
I think we take Montgomery and we take a quarterback here.
Yeah,
Who do you like on the quarterbacks, Darnold or Watson? Or do we
we got
throw
to go
our weight
with
behind?
Darnold. I don't know what Watson's doing.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know either. All right, so yeah, I don't like this either. But so I mean, we've seen a couple of different intonations here and how it could go. So I'll snip this one because I'm gonna try to post all of these later. But you know what, old friend? We are just about out of time.
That is horribly sad.
Yeah, we're gonna do more of this. Trust me. I mean, I think what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna end up bringing my phone to to a bar, and Craig and I are just gonna have to sit and do a couple of these over drinks until we
This will
figure out.
be a this will be a real meeting, not like last
Yeah,
time.
well, as real as it gets for us.
Right.
But I do need to relieve myself momentarily. So why don't you give us your final thought, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, so my final thoughts, we're coming to the end of June. We're going to get into July before you know it, and it's it's draft prep time. You can't really wait anymore. So you definitely, whatever sources you would like to use, like back in the day, like our contributor Sean, he would buy like a whole bunch of books. I don't know if he actually read them, but you're gonna have to start doing your research now, because the longer you wait, you're just not gonna be you're not gonna be prepared. So you can go to this site, do a mock draft. There's apps that do mock drafts. I
There's a
actually did a
bunch of
mock
them.
draft. If you have the NFL Fantasy app, they do mock drafts. I accidentally drafted Derek Carr because my
Ooh,
cat distracted me. So there was
blame
that.
the cat. Blame the cat. Don't blame that he was 5 drinks in. Blame the cat.
Exactly. So yeah, but now's the time, because it felt like yesterday it was February, the Super Bowl was over, and we were like, yeah, there's
Oh my
nothing
god, I
going
can't
on.
wait for a break. I can't wait. It's gonna be so
And
awesome. I can't
now
wait for a break.
we're like gonna go into fourth gear very soon. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is next week we will do probably one more episode on wrap up season. We're talking about doing some live streaming mocks on Twitch, but we're working out the details for that. But Craig brings up a great point. Now's a great time to start doing your mock drafts. My favorite mock draft simulator is at Fantasy Pros. So if I'm going to do a straight up mock draft, I want to be in a room with actual people. I usually do CBS Sports or I do Yahoo. But if
mm,
I don't want to wait, because the reality is after round 6 or 7, half of them go on auto draft. And some of them don't even bother going auto draft. They just disconnect and let their timer run out for like 4 straight turns before the computer realizes they're
jerks.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer personally, if I'm drafting against a computer, I'll draft against the computer from the get go and save myself some time. Fantasy Pros has a fantastic mock draft simulator. Go to Fantasy Pros, search mock draft simulator, or just put into the Google, as they say, Fantasy Pros mock draft simulator, and you'll take it taken right to it. It's fantastic. We liked this simulator at oh god, who are these guys again? I closed the window.
Oh, go back.
The football workshop. We like them because they specifically set it up with the projections and the ADP for the fishbowl. So that's why we were definitely, and thank you to them. We'll be definitely making a donation to your site at some point to thank you for helping us prep. So my final thought is a little bit of sad news to share with our listenership. Everyone knows our contributor, Sean. I just want to ask our listeners to keep Sean in your thoughts and prayers. His family did suffer a loss today. we thought, or this week rather, we thought that his wife was going to be giving birth to a beautiful baby boy this December, and the universe said, it's not the right time for you guys yet. But obviously, you know, while losing a baby pre-birth isn't the same as losing a child in real life, it is a struggle for any family to go through. So I ask all of our listenership, just take a moment and hug your loved ones a little harder and raise a glass and think of our buddy Sean, who, despite the fact that this has happened, has assured us that his rankings will be on time, which would be a miracle. Frankly, he's never on time with his rankings.
It would be.
But
it definitely would
yeah,
be.
our thoughts and prayers are with him though this week, because it's obviously a tough time for him and his wife and his family, and we absolutely wish them the best. Fortunately, he never listens to episodes he's not on, so he'll never hear me put that
True.
out there, because
True.
he would be pissed at me, not for revealing anything private, but just that we made a big deal out of it and wanted to wish him well would drive him nuts. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and hug your loved ones, because sometimes things happen and we can't control it, and it's just a good idea to take advantage of them while you're here, kind of thing. So that was a freaking somber ass note to end on.
That was. Hey, you know what? To turn
please,
around, to make it, check the voting. Let's see where we're at.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Let's see.
Put my glass around. All right, let's notifications. All right, right now we have 6 votes. It's literally been up half an hour. We're not. I mean, we've got. Don't forget, follow us at Fignuts DFS. Don't forget to follow us. 3 options. Which hot take is most likely? Tebow catches and throws a TD in the same game. Garoppolo is the MVP, or Christian McCaffrey plays 16 games. Of the 6 votes, 4 think that Christian McCaffrey will play 16 games. 2 think Tebow will catch and pass a touchdown in the same game. And no one thinks Garoppolo will win the MVP.
Oh,
no
boy.
One.
Wow.
Cinch, you know, I'm just going to say this because it's got to be said. If Garoppolo wins the MVP, we're going to have to retire. It's going to be his show. It's going to be the football Fignut singular, the football Fignut podcast presented by the Cinch for the rest of all time.
Pretty much.
So,
pretty much.
Oh my God, that is too much. I see you tagged Good Morning Football.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Oh my God, I should send this to my buddies at ESPN, the guys I know out there. So, not that they have football connections. I could write my old buddy Dan Orlovsky, but he's too busy arguing over what's a better 90s TV show. Did you see that, by the way?
I did not.
Dan Orlovsky, in the middle of fantasy football prep season, the weeks after OTAs, put out the burning tweet, "Are you a Saved by the Bell guy or 90210?" And it blew up.
Wow.
Because apparently there's a knife fight ready to happen circa like the Jets and the Sharks from like West Side Story between these 2 factions. My answer is I didn't watch either because I had better things to do with my life. So there's my answer. There's my answer. So, all right, guys, definitely get on our tweet. This is going to release tomorrow morning. By the time it releases, it'll still have 2 days left. So if you can get there before Saturday the 25th, please do so. And follow us at Fignuts DFS. We're excited to be a part of SFB 11. We're connecting with even more people in the industry because of it. Reach out to us. We are fignutsdfs@gmail.com. We are absolutely open to your questions and inquiries regarding fantasy football in this upcoming season. And leave us a review wherever you listen to us, on Spotify, on Apple, on Player FM, on iHeartRadio. Where else are we now?
Audible.
Thank you.
Stitcher.
I wish we get Audible. Stitcher. I mean, we're on so many different platforms now. So I had a conversation this week with a couple of guys from the Adam Kaplan Invitational alumni, the ACI. And one of them was like, "So you're an actual podcast?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Where can I catch your show?" And I'm like, I literally said to him, "What's your preferred method?" And he was like, "I'm an Apple guy. I've got an iPhone." I'm like, "We're on Apple."
There
Somebody
you
else was
go.
like, I listen to them on my PC. I'm like, try Stitcher, iHeartRadio. I'm like, we're just on so many platforms. You have your pick and choice now. So anyway, Craig, thank you so much. Enjoyable episode.
Thank you.
Great
This is
work.
fun. Definitely fun to do.
I am not prepared for the Scott Fish Bowl, but I am more prepared than I was an hour ago. And that's progress. And that's all you can ask is progress. So
Yep.
we'll be back next week. Why? Because I need to be prepared for the fucking Scott Fish Bowl. I didn't know this was going to happen. I had resigned myself to not being in it this year, and I'm thrilled that we are, but my God, I need to do something. I don't know. Anyway, we'll be back next week. We really appreciate everybody. Leave us a review. Until then, stay safe. My name is Britt.
I'm Craig.
And we are the Football Fignuts Podcast. Hi, Deb.